Ready to go live, and I believe we are live.
There it is. All right. Well, I've been spending all my money on weed and pills, trying to write a song that'll pay the bills, but it ain't came yet. So
But guess I have to rob a bank.
I guess it could be worse. It ain't that bad. At least I ain't sitting in no Baghdad in the middle of a hot damn desert,
Sitting in a tank.
Well, every time the wife talks, baby gets mentioned. I'm so broke I can't pay attention. Lord, how it tears me up to see her cry. Oh, I've been spending all my nights on the internet, looking for a clue but ain't found one yet. Just a bunch of more bars, guitars,
Some other stuff I can't buy.
Well, now, Lord, you can hear me off the road, damn dog. If the devil shows up with a better deal, the souls are going down. Oh, I'm singing real pretty, singing real sad, and all the people in the crowd say, ain't that bad. Well, they call me King Turd up here on Shit Mountain. If you want it, you can have the crown.
And welcome to Business Party Podcast. Figured we'd start it off with some good old
Yeehaw!
Circle Simpson. Hell yeah, and I love the hat. Bringing in the hat.
Thank you. I love that hat. It's my father-in-law's stepdad's hat. So
Hell yeah.
gave it to me. I was like, he's like, you want a cowboy hat? And I'm like, yeah, please. Thank you.
Right? Hell yeah. I've never had one. I've always wanted to get one. I've always actually wanted to try to get a pair of cowboy boots. I don't think I could fucking wear them. They'd probably kill me.
I bought a pair on Facebook Marketplace. Shocker. Guy wore it. He said like 3 times or something like that, and then he broke his ankle and couldn't wear them anymore. So I was like, all right, sounds good. And they were pretty brand new.
Right.
And they're comfortable. And I forget what brand they are. I think they're like Wolverines. I mean, they're not true cowboy boots, but they're shit kickers. So
right.
But then I pissed my father-in-law off by he bought brand new boots and I put them on before he did, and he got pretty upset. So yeah.
You don't touch a man's boots.
I know, and new boots, especially.
New boots, yeah.
You don't touch a southern man's boots, but what are you gonna do? I got a death wish. What am I gonna do?
Hell yeah.
So wonderful,
yeah.
Another wonderful week.
Another wonderful week of bullshittery amongst our fucking government and all sorts of other shit. Yeah.
Oh, it's just never ending. And I get into these conversations with people and like they just love the government. Like love. Like that whole thing that we're going to speak about later about the ex-president, Mr. Trump, getting raided yesterday, and just going through social media, people cheering. Like, what is wrong with you people?
I know that, like, the main thing that I don't get is everyone thinks that he's done so many criminal things, but like, what exactly?
They can't name it. I love it because they're just like, well, stop being stupid. Okay, I'm stupid. So tell me.
Yeah, I'm retarded. Tell me. And I mean, like, their main thing is now, I guess, that they were going after what was supposed to be classified documents that he supposedly had, and it was like 20 something boxes. They were saying that it wasn't secure enough, blah, blah. Anyone who thinks that former presidents are not allowed to have classified information in their possession is wrong. You are allowed to. There have been there's been former presidents. Well, yeah, like Hillary, but she wasn't even a president. But former presidents that have actually declassified shit after they were out of office. That's happened before because they are allowed to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. What the Clintons took, like, what was it, $197 million worth of furniture and stuff like that. And then they ended up paying like $48,000 or something like that. And then they gave back some. And I love Snopes because Snopes is that website that, like, they'll give you, this is the truth. She didn't steal it. She took it and then paid for it.
Right.
Come on. Okay. So I went to the bodega and I borrowed the chips and then I paid for it afterwards.
Right. Oh yeah, and anyone that's going to be seeing this, hopefully I can edit it later. But we were supposed to have one of our buddies on tonight, and that's why the show's called The Wrong Business. Which, yeah, he wasn't able to. He had a bunch of shit happen, so hopefully we'll be having him on at another time. But he's a host of The Wrong Show and whatnot. Some of you guys might know him, the Commodore. But hey, shit happens. So it is what it is.
That's what happens when you don't get paid to do this yet.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You gotta go to work all night, go to bed for a couple hours, and then wake up and do it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, can you come back? Okay.
Right.
You gotta pay for all this streaming stuff. But it is what it is. It's not the first time we've been canceled.
Yeah, it happens.
But I mean, we have a fantastical guest on Friday coming on. It's gonna be his first podcast.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
He's excited. He is excited. He's actually on vacation for this week. He's coming back Friday to hang out with us.
Oh yeah,
Blackbeard from TikTok. His name is Mark. He's a good dude. He's got some great. He's very factual.
I was gonna say he digs a lot. He does a lot of digging on his information. He finds out a lot.
Yeah, he's a Marine. I learned that from my father-in-law and my wife. I'm not allowed to say former. I'm not allowed to say was a. He's a Marine.
Yeah,
once you're a Marine for life. So
that's how they go.
Yeah. I almost got a meaty fist for saying that. But we'll make that mistake again.
Right?
Love my father-in-law.
You are a Marine for life.
Yeah. But yeah, man. It's so funny to watch people jump on something so quickly. Like so quickly. And then fizzles out. Nothing comes of it. And then you ask them about it, and they're like, well, yeah, he did something illegal. No, he didn't. He absolutely did not.
That's going to be this whole thing with it. I don't think anything's going to come of it. I really don't. I think it's posturing and trying to get him indicted in any way possible so he's not allowed to run.
Yeah, and people are happy about that. That's what they're trying to do. Good. So he doesn't run again. Why are you so like literally this is football and sports and baseball for a certain demographic of people. Like, it's just weird. Like, you're really like rah because somebody's going to prison for. I mean, you don't even want to put a guy in prison for attacking a cop, but you want Trump to go to prison because he cheated on his taxes. You know how many people cheat on their taxes every year, lady?
Right.
He doesn't pay his fair share.
Yeah, there was some article. I forgot who it was. End Time Headlines put out something. That was it the DOJ or something's going to get permission to get Trump's taxes now. Something like, dude, you guys are fucking ridiculous. Now you're going after that. See, that's the whole thing. Is like now they're putting that out, and they keep wanting to say that all these 87,000 IRS agents are going to be toward more of like to audit or go after people that are 400,000 above, which is what I just heard KJP say to Ducey, which that dude's awesome. I like that guy. But she said that to him. Ducey. Yeah, she said that to him, and she was like, no one under that is going to be extra audit, blah, blah. Bunch of bullshit. Look how much I've already been fucking lying. If anybody believes that, you are lost. Like,
I put out a TikTok yesterday because somebody duetted a Young Turk. Like, why would anybody duet the Young Turks? Why would anybody watch the Young Turks? First of all,
yeah. God, that girl, she makes me so mad. What's up, Jackie?
So they duetted one of the girls who was on the Young Turks, and then she was like, yeah, nobody over 400,000 is going to get taxed, and it only goes for the rich. And I'm like, it's literally, there's an article from the Washington Post, and I put it up, and it basically says that everyone who's about $200,000 a year is going to be taxed the most.
Mm-hmm.
$200,000 and less a year are going to be taxed the most out of this whole thing, and they're going to be audited. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you make under $200,000 a year, there's a higher chance that you will be audited by these new 87,000
Yeah,
IRS agents. They can't hire people to get you your tax money back, but they can hire money to take it from you.
exactly.
And if you think they can't, look at what they're doing with the past president. They are
Right.
just going to the DOJ is just going through and getting these warrants for and what I heard was I was listening to Judge Napolitano, and he was saying that the stuff that he had was on the Air Force One with him on the day he was leaving. So stuff that was classified while he was leaving the presidency, he had with him, and he has the right to declassify anything he wants.
Yeah, and
And
yeah,
he
he
was
can
in
do
talks with the
that.
White House to declassify or get some of the stuff back, and they just DOJ walked in and was like, nope, we're just going to get a search warrant, and this is what we want to do. He wasn't even there,
Right. And like one of the main things that they are really kind of supposed to do is actually ask him to bring all of that in so they can check for anything that might be completely illegal or whatever else. They're supposed to take a bunch of steps. Them just by skipping all that is definitely it's weaponized the FBI and now weaponized IRS is about to be Obama did it. Yeah, absolutely. That's about to be getting like they literally hired a fucking football stadium field of agents. Like that's the whole thing that like people think it's just no, it's a fucking football field of agents. Like
football stadium worth
Yeah.
of agents. Like think of your local football stadium of your local football team, and that's how many agents they want to hire.
right.
Unless you're the Browns, because I only think they have a 50,000 fan stadium.
Oh yeah, thanks for everyone that came in's listening too. What's up, Caleb? And getting too old for this shit. That's Jen on TikTok. She's awesome. Thanks. Hopefully you guys do give a thumbs up and you guys are liking it. But yeah,
Yeah, Obama did do it with the Tea Party.
they're gonna. This is all just straight up leading to something fucking crazy happening, and I personally wish it would either lead to where a convention of states happens faster, or we start talking about a national divorce. Because I don't care, take your 25 states and see how well you do compared to how well we're gonna do on ours.
Did you see when Ted Cruz took his boot off and put it on the table? He's like, if you want it, here. That's I have the what's the
It's
flag?
the come and take it.
Yeah, the come and take it flag. Come and take
Making
it
them
flag.
a police force. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's if you think about it, the biggest police force is Homeland Security,
Mm-hmm.
and they only answer. They're not a federal regulated agency. They don't have to be beholden to the Constitution.
Right.
So I mean, it's just scary stuff, and it's funny because nobody really cared before Trump became president.
Nope.
Nobody cared, and then they started showing their hand, and I don't understand how people don't see how they're not showing their hand about everything.
Right. Hell yeah. What's up, Brian? That's my buddy Brian. Yes. Fudge all
the
3-letter
letters.
agencies. Yes.
Well, I saw I was watching a live today, and some guy who was like, well, see how we said defund the police? Now all of a sudden, I'm like, and I want to be like, dude, the 3 named agencies aren't police, right? They're agents of the government.
Right.
They're not police. Just because they have guns and badges don't make them police. Now all of a
Right.
sudden, you guys want to defund the police, huh? Look at what Candace Owens put.
Well,
Just-
now it's like in a way, like now they've become a police force. They're doing what they shouldn't be doing. So now it's like basically a lot of these agencies are going to become basically a de facto police force in ways, just depending on what they want to do. Yeah, which is crazy to me. Department of Agriculture and Department of Education are allowed to have weapons of war, but citizens aren't. Yeah. Make fucking sense. Why do they need that shit?
You doing your homework? No.
Right.
Why not?
Right?
What's 2 + 2, bitch?
Yeah, like that one meme is gonna come up. I said we're gonna learn today. But 2 + 2 equals 4.
No, like it.
But 2 + 2 equals 4. No, it equals 5.
Oh man. But yeah.
Dude, I wish they would abolish at least the ATF and the IRS. Those are the two main agencies that I want gone. FBI, yes, too, all of them, but I think the main ones would be those two.
Yeah.
The ATF and the IRS. Get rid of them, and a lot of people are gonna be a lot happier.
Like I just
Well, and
all the IRS is there is just to take money from the citizens. That's all they do.
Right. Well, and I had this. I had like not really an argument, but a back and forth with somebody on one of my TikTok posts about how I just think that taxation is theft. Period. I don't mind paying to my states, but federal, we don't need it. And they're like, "Oh, how you gonna pay for your roads?" Blah blah. Have you ever not heard of state taxes?
Yeah.
Our state can do that. We can pay as much as we want into our state to fix our own fucking states. That's the point of sovereignty.
Yeah. You ever notice that everything you pay or you buy has a tax associated with it?
Yeah.
No matter what.
Well, that's why I laughed at him too. I'm like, you actually believe that they're taking your tax and put them to what they're supposed to be putting toward?
Dude,
Okay.
it's so mind-blowing that the people are just like, they trust these people. Like they trust, like the arguments was, the government is going to do this for us. And the government, okay, what was the last thing that the government did for you?
Yeah, that actually did for you.
Well, they gave us, Joe Biden gave us $2,000. No, he gave you 600 and he turned around and went, hey, Ukraine, here you go, buddy.
And that's the funny thing too, is when they say, well, Joe Biden gave us it. Like, no, actually, we all gave you that. Yeah. If you want to fucking come down to brass tacks about it, he didn't do shit. He just said, go ahead and do it. That's all of our fucking money.
And everybody forgets that except for executive orders, which he really doesn't have a lot. Like he can do a lot, but technically with executive orders, like he can't do much. But the Senate and the Congress are the ones who pass these things and he signs it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a Democratic Senate and a bill that's Democratic and it goes through the House, a Democratic House, and it goes to the Senate, just like it just did with this gun ban,
yeah,
you got 51 to 50, and the president's a Democrat. He's gonna sign it. If he's a Republican, he's not gonna sign it. So it's like you said, we need a multi-party, infrastructure, and it'll never happen. They have too much money and too much power. They really do.
Right. That's why I personally think that we could just completely get rid of the federal government, then possibly bring aspects of it back with completely replaced people that are going to do what the federal government is supposed to do and only protect our rights. And that's fucking it. That's really all that they're supposed to be there for, period.
I want Doofy from, what was that spoof movie from Scary Movie? Remember Scary Movie?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Officer Doofy. I want him in charge. Let's get him in charge.
Hold on. You guys hear about the guy who won the 1.28 billion and then, 2 days later they sent, oh my God.
Yep. Yep.
I know we just sent like, what was it? Another 4 billion or 4.5 billion.
And once again, I texted you yesterday. I wanted to punch through my phone because I went to put my stuff in and it said, oh, I'm sorry. Your information must be incorrect. We don't have your money. Sorry, we don't have the money. Remember that money, all that money we took from you and we said, hey, you can have some of it back? Yeah, no. We don't know where we sent that.
Yeah,
that's you sent it, you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Oh, you sent it to the fucking photo op boy over in Ukraine.
Yeah. As he's acting like Tony Montana over there.
Right. See, like that's what I keep trying to tell people too, is that we should all just go federally exempt. Like I don't mind paying to my state. I like my state. But the main thing is cutting the federal's fucking budget, because fuck them. They're not representing like anybody. The left's mad, the right's mad. We're all pissed about something. So fuck the federal government and worry about your states.
And we're mad, and for some reason we're mad at each other. Like, why? Why are we arguing? We are coming to the same spot, but from different angles.
Right.
Like you want to go ahead and have your abortion. We don't want to have there's pro-life people who think that abortion's not right. I honestly believe if the politicians didn't make it an issue, nobody would care.
Right.
it would just go right under the rug. But they bring it up to make people pissed off about
Right.
it. And
Well,
so,
that's-
hey guys, you want to be? They don't want you to have an abortion, and they don't think it's right that you get to do with your own body. But
No,
I'm going to let you do with your body what you want to do.
See, that is the problem. It's team red, team blue. But the
Yeah.
bad thing is if we go just one thing, it starts to become groupthink in a way, which I don't like at all. But I agree that division setting is a key component and the reason why everybody's battling anything. And I think that the main reason why a lot of people, especially on the left, don't seem to understand or are pissed off about is when it comes to the Constitution and the fact that you have more power in your states. You can vote way better there.
Yeah, no, I mean, they just like the popularity contest.
I mean, well, it kind of is a uniparty in ways, but not totally. I see what you're saying, but not totally. Like most of it is the same wing of the same piece of turd. And yeah, that's about it. Like our whole government is just a fucking turd, left and right. But there's at least some Republicans that I still do somewhat like, or mostly just libertarians that I keep going toward now because it's more about total freedom. But I think that most of the GOP and the Republican side is nothing but rhinos or dressed up rhinos, and they're really just Democrats or just team players that are spineless as fuck.
And the populists, they all deemed them as crazy. Ron DeSantis, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who else? Lauren Boebert. They're just nuts. They're just crazy. Oh, they're just racist. Like, do you see that they want America first? They're talking about America first.
Right.
Saying stop letting these people in. Like you're pissing off people who're paying tens of thousands of dollars to be legal here.
Mm-hmm.
You're pissing them off, and you're making them turn. You're red pilling them. You're red pilling people who are paying to be here by just going, "Hey, come on, guys, come on,
right,
you guys, come on in."
Well, and a good point that was made though too is if nothing comes of this with Trump, they just fucking martyred him.
Yeah.
And there would probably be almost no way that he wouldn't win if he ran in 2024 or was able to. But I don't think that they're going to find anything on him, or if they do, they're going to try to do something that I don't know what they're going to try to do, but I don't think so. I don't think he would have put out his fucking statement and all that shit as fast as I think he's just like, this is just bullshit.
Did you see the toilet pictures?
Yeah. Like I got what Waffle House was that in? That was definitely not the fucking White House.
And CNN sitting there trying to say, well, you see the part with the carpet? Yeah, that's the White House.
It's like, dude, it's auto propaganda just all the time.
It's just insane.
Well, and I know most of you already know, but if anybody actually knows why that the government is allowed to lie to us and show what they want and get away with it, is because in 2012 when Barack Obama redid that Smith-Mundt Act, and that basically says that yes, the media is allowed to feed us propaganda and lies.
I love this. Okay, so I got it. Ready? Wait, I forgot how to share this thing. No, don't leave studio.
Like, no.
Really? You want to do this now? Share screen. And what is this? Chrome tab? Yeah, Chrome tab.
All right, let me add it. All right.
Exclusive.
You really? Oh my God! Look, you really think that that looks like my daughter? That looks like my fucking youngest daughter wrote that and threw it in.
Let me see if I can. I don't know how to. Come on, Billy. Let me in, Billy. There you go.
It says ridiculous.
Rogers and Stephanie in there. Just so happens Roger Stone and the first lady's ex helper just happen to be the names that are just on the top there.
Right.
And just look at this looks like, look at that groundwork.
Okay,
It looks
And
like the Four Seasons in Florida.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, what Waffle House is this? You guys are a bunch of fucking liars. Like, and for real, if Trump was gonna do something like this, or anybody was gonna do something like this, you think there would be fucking remnants so you can just go in there and take a picture? Like, I want to see the fucking metadata on these pictures. Where did they come from? All that, because that will tell you exactly where it came from,
It was like a high school kid was trying to cheat on his test.
right? Why is
Why-
this even a story? It's like, dude, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's so look. I mean, and could you imagine the person that had to take hey, Mike, take the pictures in the toilet. Look, take the pictures.
Well, here's one thing too: is it
Got
literally just like it literally just looked like it was something that was written on a piece of paper,
Yeah.
names or something. Okay, for one, so what? It wasn't an actual document to anything. There was no typing on it that we could fucking see. So who cares if that even was like that? Like, shut the fuck up.
What official White House documents is written like
Yeah.
that now?
Written in fucking Sharpie. Yeah.
I'll tell you one document that was obliterated, that was typed up. The State of the Union, when Nancy Pelosi did it on live television.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a clapback. It was a clapback. Everybody was, hey, Nancy, yeah, rip it up, girl, you do. Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
That was a legal document that she just tore up.
See, that's what I'm saying. I forgot. I think they said who did.
Yeah, I was
Grab-
just going to say that. Who had to take it out of the toilet? And
Yeah, I can't remember
the
who.
evidence bag. You got to stick it in your hand. They put one of those things that they do to inseminate cows, and it's just like this. And, it's just like and then could you imagine the person who used the bathroom before just knowing they took a hot, steamy one? Hey, John. Hey,
Right.
I used it before he put his hand in it.
Once you go get those papers. Why don't you go get those?
Smells good, don't it, buddy? Smells good. Tacos Ranchero, my friend. Tacos Ranchero last night.
Yeah. Don't breathe too deep.
He just passes out. He's just like, he goes, oh, boom.
Well, the other fucked up thing is like how we keep talking about how it's going to be a bunch of bullshit on him. There's literal fucking evidence of fucking Hunter Biden doing all this shit, but he doesn't get touched. And every time you bring that up on any social media, the first fucking thing that I always see is, well, he's not the president. Does it look like any of us give a fuck if he is or not? The man is doing illegal activities. Go after him.
And not even, yeah, I know. He's doing illegal shit on tape.
Yeah.
He's telling a prostitute that he's going to get wired $10,000 from the big guy. I don't think he said it, but he asked his dad for 10 grand. And like, there's documents stating that Joe Biden was getting money from other countries. These are all the things that they were saying that Trump did and Biden's doing. And everybody's like, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I don't see that. Like,
we're living in like the most brainwashed time I've ever fucking witnessed in my life.
Dude, I keep saying it.
Well,
I understand the 1930s now. I truly understand it. Like you just sit here and go, holy crap. That's how it happened.
It's crazy. It's crazy to understand what Yuri Bezmenov was saying. Whenever you show them the complete evidence, you could take them to the Holocaust as people are getting burned alive and they will still deny it. We're showing them actual complete evidence of everything of other people doing shit wrong, but then they want to keep going after somebody that they were told not to like.
Yeah. And that's the thing. They were told, like, nobody ever said anything. Everybody was all rah Trump in the back in the 90s, and everybody, oh, you should run. And now all of a sudden, he's the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's the bad guy. So hold on really quickly. Since you said that about corrupt stuff, I have this perfect little ditty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Share. All right. We good? We got the volume?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely disqualified. from becoming president. They destroyed BlackBerries with hammers in the State Department. That's not what one of the presidents said.
Actually,
And by the way,
Evan,
no,
Evan,
and
hold
by
on.
the way,
Can you
the
fact check
report
that? Hang on,
that
hang
came out
on,
in the
hang on, hang on,
302s.
hang on. Evan Perez. Hammers, fact check that for me, please, on the fly.
Yes, they did, Brooke.
Thanks,
As
They
you
did.
mentioned, there were 13 devices, mobile devices, and 5 iPads that the FBI said that, you know, in some way were used with her private email server, and they did, in some cases, just destroy them with hammers when they were done using them.
That's a pretty good way of just.
Hammers and bleach.
Exactly.
But
The party told you reject
Everybody
the
wants to talk
evidence
about-
to your own eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening with that too, with the fucking Clinton deal. She literally fucking bleached it too, destroyed it and bleached it so you could not get anything off it. But wait, nah, she's fine.
she took hammers, and they're bitching and moaning that the Secret Service from January 6th had their text messages deleted because that was protocol. It wasn't even anything he did. It wasn't. He didn't say delete it. It was. He said protocol.
Well, didn't they
But no.
also just find not too long ago that Ray Epps dude was texting with Nancy Pelosi a little while before January 6th shit?
I haven't heard that.
That's what I heard not a while ago. Yeah, now I'm gonna have to confirm that. Don't go all crazy. No, I didn't. No, I'm pretty sure I heard it was something like that.
Imagine they were sexting.
I know,
right? Hey. I mean that's a big dude. And did you see those beach pictures?
Oh, Jesus.
Milky Nancy.
Oh God.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense, and people just don't see, and they talk about. It's funny because when I'm in the live and I go on different kinds because I like to hear everybody's opinion, and you have the people who will sit there and say, this person's not letting me into the live, or I want to say what I want to say. This person's not letting me say what I want to say. Oh, when I say what I want to say, you block me. Like, but they do it to each other.
Right.
Like, y'all do it to each other. And I'm not going to let you talk because you didn't let me talk because I didn't let you talk because you. Oh, yeah, adults and children. What are we doing?
Right.
Here?
Well, that's how that's how a whole lot of that shit happens. And this clip I'm going to play kind of plays into that because it's all about authoritarianism. And the reason why we can't fucking stand what the hell's going on. And yeah, let's go ahead and play this from my buddy on TikTok. Actually, I want to have him on soon too. DK2 Radio. He's a very, very smart guy, especially when it comes to a lot of good talking points about libertarian aspects. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play this real quick, and yeah.
But what exactly has gone too far left? Is it wanting the same health care that seniors get?
It's the notion that accepting differences is no longer good enough. You have to be complicit in them. It's the notion that any differing opinion is a threat to your very way of existence, but never the opposite. It's the blatant hypocrisy of claiming to care about democracy while unabashedly striving to take control of every step of the political process. It's the notion that any idea or opinion outside of your own ideology is morally repugnant and therefore needs to be silenced. It's the notion that your goals must be achieved using everyone's resources regardless if they agree. It's the supporting of rights situationally when convenient, and the outright rejection of those rights when it's inconvenient. It's the insistence that somehow you know what's best for me enough to allow the government to make that choice for me. It's the failure to see the irony in you labeling anyone different than yourself as an extremist or a fundamentalist. It's the authoritarianism for me.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's why we can't stand any of the left and what they're doing with constantly trying to shove shit down our throat and making us just do all this shit. Like, they're the ones who are mainly weaponizing the federal government. Did I ever trust it? Was I ever happy with it? No, but I liked it better before. Now you guys are just fucking putting it right in our face exactly what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, I just don't. They were so good at hiding it before. Nobody knew.
Right. Not quite as much. There was still points that you could see it, especially under Obama. But no, you're
Yeah.
right. That a lot of people just didn't know or weren't aware.
Yeah, I mean, he was so nice, and we're gonna give people back everything that we're gonna fix hardworking Americans. Now drone those kids.
Yeah, right.
It's like it was like everybody was like mystified, like, oh, he's so nice, best president in the world. I miss him. Yeah, no, there's some Syrian kids that are pissed off that their parents got nuked.
Right. And
So
also
they-
wasn't gas per barrel actually a little higher at one point under Obama?
Yeah, it was.
think it-
That's when it was its highest before
Yeah, before
2.0 came out.
right, before fucking Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, before 2.0. Like, dude, did you see him like ask permission to talk? He's just an
Oh, yeah.
old
I still need to ask
man.
permission. No, you don't, motherfucker. You're the president.
Did you see him trying to get his jacket on as the
Oh my God.
propellers from the helicopter were going, and he's just like, I want to put
That
Benny
shit-
Hill music to it. I'm
That
just
shit
like,
was
are you?
hilarious. Oh my god, he's trying to put that shit on, like his hands going in a fucking pocket. He could barely get it on, then he puts it on a little bit, then he like looks around, his glasses fucking fall off. Like, dude.
His glasses are just like up here, and they just keeps like. I feel so bad. He should be sitting in Delaware with his dogs, enjoying his last years. But no,
Should be, yeah.
No.
But
he's spending 50% of that time in the White House going,
right.
mashed potatoes, two scoops
Right.
mashed potatoes. Like, I feel so bad for him. And then that dog keeps biting people.
I
too.
know. Dude, like you guys can't just get a normal fucking dog. Like, come on, man. Like you guys need a
Yeah.
fucking lap dog or you really don't need a German Shepherd, especially if you're fucking damn near 80 and you don't even know what's going on. Like you just really, or you need like a bulldog that just sits there. Like,
So you could throw M&Ms under its jowls.
right. But,
That's good.
Oh,
Joe,
like how-
thanks.
well, here's something from Elon that I watched today, where he explains exactly kind of how the government is. Which I mean, I'm hit or miss with Elon. I like him quite a bit. He has good ideas, but he also wants to put a fucking chip in our brain, so I really don't like that. But nonetheless, he's obviously intelligent and knows what he's fucking talking about. But here's a good clip from him about the government.
Then at a certain point, really what you're doing is capital allocation. So you're not, it's not money for personal expenditures. What you're doing is capital allocation. And it does not make sense to take the job of capital allocation away from people who have demonstrated great skill in capital allocation and give it to an entity that has demonstrated very poor skill in capital allocation, which is the government. You can think of the government essentially as a corporation in the limit. The government is simply the biggest corporation with a monopoly on violence,
Mm-hmm.
and where you have no recourse.
Can
So
you
how much
explain
money
that
do you want to give
last
that entity? Then at a certain point, really what you're doing is capital allocation.
Yeah, but yeah, they're see like, and that's
Hot water burn baby. Hot water burn baby. 479,270.
I know that's exactly how he is.
479,627 toothpicks. Yeah, yeah. That's all I thought about the whole time.
Uh-huh.
It's just like, yeah, the corporate allocations of the moral
Shit,
fortitude.
I'd rather have Rain Man as president right now.
Listen, I honestly, to be honest with you, I would have an autistic person in the White House because those people are the most honest people. I swear. Have you seen A Shot at Love? It's with a bunch of autistic people and they try to find love. It's on Netflix.
Mm-mm.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
The greatest thing.
Well, I
ever
got
seen.
rid of Netflix so long ago. I haven't watched much on there.
Dude, they are just brutally honest. They're like, yeah, I don't like your face. I think your face is this. I don't
I don't like your face.
I don't think it's right. I don't see. One girl fell in love on the first date. She's like, yay, I think we'd have babies together. And the guy she's with is like, yeah, let's have babies. And I'm like, they just met on a first date.
Yeah,
And
well,
she's like, I think I met the love of my life. And I'm like, what? But I would trust them in the White House. Like, hey, we're going to bomb Syria. We're going to bomb. No, we're not. We're going for ice
Right.
cream. We're going for ice cream. I'm like,
well, see,
now
this is the question that I ask a lot of people, these first two, but I'll address that other one. I don't know what. Maybe instead of politicians finding ways to increase revenue from tax, yeah, we know. That's what I ask a lot of people all the time. How are we still that much in debt, yet our federal government hasn't been audited? People think that our money goes to things, but yet we're still asking for money to do shit, which means our money has not been used right. Now, I can see what you're saying with break up with the president, work on ourselves. I can see some of that, but I think it would get a little way too out of hand if we didn't have a president. But if we do a national divorce, then we wouldn't. Which, I mean, I'm about that though too. But that's the only way that I would see to not have a president is if we did a national divorce. We would still need one person to talk for us when it came to obviously foreign policy and stuff like that, which we definitely would need. But we can shrink the federal government to about a fucking third of what it is and still have one president to be able to speak for us. And he will have to fucking listen, especially if we did something like that. I think we could shake up the system a lot more, but I think that we would still need one representative in a way. But I see what you're saying. Because I mean, like, if we did a national divorce, we probably wouldn't really have one president. We'd probably end up having two. What up? Wrong show. Woo!
bam.
Bam,
There they are.
motherfucker. Right on. Oh yeah. But that's why I'm all about trying to talk about, but no, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no powerful puppet. I agree with that. Definitely. Yeah. Because we would definitely need a spokesman. And that's why I'm interested in this. Oh no, all good, buddy. Yeah, we'll be able to have you on soon. Yeah. Oh, you just now left. Damn. Yeah, that's heinous, homie. But that's why I want to be looking more into this possible convention of states. I know we don't have enough states yet. I think it would take 34 to make the convention happen. And to pass any ratifications, I think it would take 38 states to vote on it to make it happen toward amendments and stuff. But it would be worth having so then because we can go there. Anybody, like our representatives could go there and they can literally just propose any amendment at all. It doesn't mean they'll go through. You can simply propose what you want. But I think a convention of states would be good because we would be able to also solidify a lot of our amendments and say, this is how the fuck it's read. This is how it's supposed to be interpreted. You're not going to go beyond that because the Constitution is not a fucking living document. It is it's read how it's read, should be completely done in that fashion. But we've let the federal government get too big for its own fucking britches and completely go against it, subvert it, especially the Patriot Act. Fuck, like it's just gotten ridiculous. And I know most of us are just pissed off about it. And I know when I say we, like most of us haven't wanted to just let it happen, but there's only so many voices that we have and so much we can do until now we're finally fucking super pissed off.
Well, it's like an old style recipe, right? Like you have grandma's great grandmother's recipe, and you have it brought down by generation and generation and generation, and you remember, oh, my grandmother made this so great. My grandmother made this so great. And then you decide you want to start changing it, and then it gets changed, and then it gets changed, and by the time it gets down to a couple people, it doesn't taste the same anymore.
Right.
This is not what it originally tasted like. Our
government definitely tastes like a turd and no longer a fucking fruit salad.
No. Yummy.
I can agree with that too. 500 words or less bills or amendments. I can agree with that, especially on the bill. And it should be a single issue bill every time. Anytime bills come through, single issue bills, not this fucking 17 different issues, 1,200 fucking pages or word or Usually it's not 1,200 words. That would at least be decently to read through. But when it's like
1,200 pages.
yeah, what was the biggest one? The 2,700 pages.
Was it
one of
the American? Wasn't it the Obamacare?
No, there was one that they passed earlier in Obama's presidency that they started fucking I can't remember which one it was, but that was like one of the main ones that they were just shoving all sorts of shit through. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, either way. No, I agree with that too. A lot of things need to be shrank and really dealt with better.
Yeah, like why don't I really don't understand? Well, I mean, I know why they do it, but you know, they put the big whole like the PAC Act, you know, they do this whole thing, they redo everything, and then the next thing you know, they're like, oh, they don't like veterans. And it's like, no, wait a minute. Now they went from they can spend 400 billion to they have to spend 400 billion. And then what happens when they only spend 250 billion dollars? They go, well, we got to spend this last 150, so let's just I'm going to use it for campaign money.
Yep.
And people don't, but and that's what that's the biggest thing I dislike about people who are liberal, like new liberal, is they don't understand that. They think the government likes them. The government, like y'all are big fans of Harry Potter and the Hunger Games. Like y'all don't see the same the similarities between what's going on with now and your fantasy worlds.
Right, exactly. The only thing that they like about you is the ability to use you.
Yeah.
To gain more power to fucking oppress other people that don't fucking agree with this bullshit. That's basically all they fucking do. Only thing the government does, like most people have said, is just they're there to take your rights away and give you it back as little as possible as long as you do what they tell you.
Yeah. They dangle that. And I would think more people had opened their eyes after the vid.
Mm-hmm.
Then
you would think.
I really thought that was going to be our come together moment. Like, you see what they did? They dangled the carrot. But no, there's still people who, one, I just went to a very, very place today. And dude, they are double masking.
Oh my God.
They're still double masking. I'm like, I'm like, I swear to God, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I was like, we're still double masking. Like, what are we doing here, folks?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyone that thinks that masks still work by now, just with the fact that infections are still happening, even in places where people probably still do wear masks. And also when they were mandated, those infection cases still stayed the fucking same as places that didn't have mask mandates. That should fucking tell you something.
Yeah. And here's the thing also. You know, you're breathing in your own stupid air. So you just keep continuously, it's a continuation of you getting yourself sick.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. You're
like, give me a break, dude. Like, you don't get that? Like, you're just giving it to yourself even more. It's just
right.
I don't and
it's like, no, just go keep killing off brain cells.
I just don't. And like I said, I felt like people are just still crazy with this whole thing. I just can't. Like, here's a video.
Hold on, real quick. Here's a good picture for you. Fucking Joe Biden with Zelensky. Top
looks like Caitlyn Jenner.
A little bit, you know? Yeah.
I tried to take all their money now.
Right.
Look at my big giant calves, ladies.
Dude, I can't believe he's doing all these like photo shoots and all this shit. And he just met some actress too. I can't remember what her name is, but he like just met some actress over there too. And like, yeah.
All these people are going over there. I love how these people. I mean, I've never seen the entire movie of Wag the Dog, but like bits and pieces that I've seen, it's like they're just putting a show on.
Yep.
They're just putting on a show.
It seems like all they're really fucking doing. And I mean, yeah, I understand that there probably is something going on in Ukraine. That I'm not denying that, but they can't be that fucking crazy. that man is not worried that bad if he's fucking taking photo shoots, like one for Vogue, one not too long ago in his house or whatever it was, like on the stairs, all like, and then I think it was not too long ago, not long after that photo shoot was whenever he met with that actress. Yeah, I still can't remember what her name is. It's like, be a leader. What the fuck are you doing? If you're taking all of our fucking money and you're not doing anything.
Yeah, and he's giving it to China. He asked China to help them rebuild.
Oh, that's fucking ridiculous.
He's asking China to help rebuild us, and I'm like, that's good, guys. Good, awesome job. Now we're funding China. Yay!
Oh yeah. Also, I don't know if you saw down there. Alvin just got out a little while ago out of that place, but yeah. Hopefully, having him on Monday.
I just saw. But listen, watch. This is how it made people crazy. This thing. Where is it? Okay.
Oh, I think. Oh yeah, I didn't actually watch all this, but I saw some of it. Yeah.
That's well, that's up to them. They can tell me to leave if they want. You're an asshole.
So are you.
I hope your mother gets sick and dies.
Wow.
And your kids too.
You hope people die?
I hope your kids do because they should have an asshole.
Madam, if
Ooh.
anybody's gonna be sick, it's probably you.
Yeah.
You and your whopper loving ass. You just see, look at that thing.
It would be hard for me not to knock that lady out.
I mean, especially what she said about the kids.
Yeah, that's where as soon as you say that about my kids, woo, you just became fair game.
Yeah. Let's see if I got it again.
I hope your mother gets sick and dies. And your kids too.
You hope people die?
I hope your kids do because they should have an asshole.
You hope my kids die.
Good go. You're an asshole.
You made the little girl
And
cry.
Huh?
You made the little girl cry.
Yeah. They should wear that.
Well, if
Fucking
they're too
cunt.
young.
No, they're not too young. That one's 12 years old.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. The one kid's 12 years old, so it's okay. It's fine. These are the same people that tell you nobody's going to get an abortion at 40 weeks.
Yeah. Oh man, that just made me so mad. I would be so, like I said, it'd be so hard for me not to just wrangle that.
and then because I'm not going to continue playing it because I want to punch the screen. And then she's telling the Burger King employee to throw the guy out. And then she tells the Burger King employee, I'm going to call the cops and tell the cops that you didn't throw this guy out and get Burger King shut down.
That ain't gonna happen, bitch.
But what happened to if there's signs? If you're sick and you don't feel good, don't go out.
Yeah.
Why are you going out?
Dude, this whole bullshit has just completely fucking sent people into a crazy brainwash. Like, not even just brainwash, but crazy, like literal crazy people brainwash when you're saying shit like that.
Yeah, when you're telling me, I hope your kid, and people say that based on like a certain party line, like I hope your kids die, I hope your kids this, I hope your family gets killed, like, and then
I've seen that.
We're the party of tolerance and we're the party of love, and
no, not anymore. Not once we started seeing through their bullshit and we didn't want to go along with it. Then they became just a piece of shit party.
Yeah,
went bye-bye.
Responsibility went bye-bye. You know, it personal. I mean, and you're at Burger King. How about you don't go to Burger King and you get a salad?
Yeah.
And you work on your immune system. And hey, if you're over a certain age, get the shot. Who gives a shit?
Well, it's part of that.
It's part of that what?
It's part of that whole deal is that they think that they can go out to places and that everyone has to do what they're doing. It's part of that authoritarianism, like DK from that clip.
Yeah.
It's you have to do this or we don't accept you because it's just the one way. That's whenever you're going way too fucking far left because it's just straight authoritarianism. They think that they're completely right. And even if we present them with evidence, saying your mask doesn't fucking work, because if you go to the statistics of places, like I said, where they had the mandate and didn't, it was the same fucking thing. But I'll give you all this evidence and you're still going to believe fucking Fauci, right? Just listen to me, okay? I swear. If you wear this mask and you take this shot, you're going to be fine. You're not going to fucking die, okay? Well, wrong, bitch, yeah.
Doc, we have 100,000 people that died from the combination of both.
It's not the both. Listen, we've had 17 laureates, 3,200 congressmen, and 14 million.
Sir, there's not that many.
I'm the doctor, I know.
Yeah. If you question me, you question science, okay? Fucking
I am the
douchebag.
science.
Yeah, I am the science. I
mean, I get it. He's from Brooklyn and all, but like, that's just. Here's the thing: the nerds are taking over. Okay, is the problem. All right, we need Ogre to come back and beat up some nerds.
Right.
Nerds.
Yeah. Nerds.
Oh my god, I was rifling through some 80s movies again, or I was watching the coming attractions to 80s movies. There was some great 80s and 90s movies, man.
Oh yeah,
it really was. I mean, you remember, was it Bingo, where they had a dog and the father was a kicker for the NFL and the dog is trying to find them.
Oh yeah,
and this dog just traveled the U.S. Oh man, now they'd probably try to put you in jail if you left your dog. They try to put you in jail if you leave your dog outside on a winter day. Like it's a Siberian Husky. It's
right.
made for the winter. It's supposed. If I bring it inside, it's gonna die.
Oh no, he's yeah. You're in Kansas, right?
Yeah, I'm in Kansas. I'm in the city in Kansas.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Jersey, so like it was funny. I was talking to one of my buddies yesterday, and we were talking about the difference in the types of city, and I'm like, dude, I'm here in the city, and I'm like, literally, I can walk out my backyard, walk across the street, and get corn fresh from a stalk.
Right.
And I'm like, when I was back home,
that ain't no city back then.
You had to drive. Chris, you know that guy?
I don't think.
Hi, Chris.
I think. Oh yeah, I do. Okay. Yes.
I was like, is this somebody I know? Literally, you had to drive. I mean, and my hometown was considered rural. You had to drive 45 minutes north to even get to the point where you see enough trees for it to be considered the country. And then another 15, 20 minutes north of that to get to maybe corn. And it was Jersey deer corn. It wasn't no Kansas, bluebell corn. It was Jersey. I'll feed it to the deer corn, and you'll see it in the middle of the road sometime later.
Yeah, you don't like it, especially in any areas. If you can go just grab a piece of fresh corn, it's usually not considered the city. But I believe that's a disgruntled patriot. Yeah, I couldn't recognize the picture in there, but he's a old UPH member and whatnot. He's out here in Indiana.
Speaking of that, I was in a live and they were talking about the monkeypox and the gays and stuff like that and the children. And you saw the article with the two gay gentlemen with the kid.
Yeah.
They had the nerve. And and to be honest with you, I believe they just watch too much of the mainstream media. They had the nerve to say that people are talking about people of color doing certain things and people who put like homosexuality, and that people never go after white pedophiles or white. And all I'm thinking about is like my co-host does. I mean, there's video upon video. There was a show called To Catch a Predator.
I know. Yeah.
Like, it's not like It's not national news though. That's the thing.
Right. And that's the whole thing though, too. Yeah. And like in shit, even Disgruntled will know that most of the time it just gets swept under the rug, especially like with a lot of the way that our government works and everything else. A lot of it just gets swept under the fucking rug or doesn't hit any news, or you can't catch traction. Or even whenever we do that shit, like say on TikTok or other social sites, like I'll post shit like that on Facebook, get no traction. Why? Because people don't care, because it's not a fucking meme.
Yeah.
People have lost reality on what the fuck matters.
Yeah. Like do a little bit of research. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
But they want to just listen to the mainstream media, and it's like, and I feel bad. Like, I feel bad for those people, and I guess they say the same thing. I feel bad for that, but they don't. You know, you can go and TikTok is giant with showing all this stuff, because I'll just scroll and you just and the stupid Trumpers. You know, you stupid Trumpers think you're gonna. I was listening to one lady talking about stupid Trumpers and all this stuff. And was talking about, I wish I could move to Australia. So I'm like, why don't you? Why don't you move to Australia? I can't. Yeah. Why can't you? Well, my retirement, you know, I work for this money. So the government's so bad. The United States is so bad. Why is it worth your money?
Right.
Why is it worth it? Well, okay. You get money from the government. You don't like it here? Leave.
And that's the whole thing is that, yeah, I've been paying into all this, blah, blah. Well, your Social Security ain't even worth a shit whenever you do start collecting it. And especially depends on how long later you start collecting it, you're going to get even less. And also, that's where you just lost. Because you're saying, I did this, I'm putting into it, now I trust the government to give it back to me. You're trusting the government. You already fucking lost instead of putting money away on the side on your own. That's that self-responsibility, like even Brian said, it's gone. That personal responsibility, it's out the fucking window.
Yeah. Yeah, they took Scott Perry's cell phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw that. I did just listen. It's just a pomp and circumstance show just for the news. That's it. That's it. You think, from what I heard, what was supposed to happen yesterday? Something. Oh, man, I wish I remembered. Something big was supposed to happen yesterday, or something that was in the news was supposed to happen, and just so happens that they raided Trump, and it never made the news.
It's not surprising. Yeah, it said, look here, not there.
Like, the biggest accomplice to sex trafficking was in court, and it made no news.
No news.
No news. Jeffrey Epstein all over the place. His accomplice that got him the girls who was in charge of the operation.
It's an absolute travesty. It's an absolute travesty to our fucking judicial system, justice system, and to everybody, period, that were victims, that list is still locked up.
Yeah.
It's fucking horseshit.
If you don't believe in conspiracy theories, that should make you believe.
Right?
This woman, if you commit these acts, you or me, or anybody else who's not in that circle, they would be rounding up the people, and you'll be alive.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
what they did to R. Kelly. Look what they did to R. Kelly. Girl after girl was like, guilty.
He got more time than her.
Yeah,
and
she had an organization.
And like that's the whole thing is like all of us that are pushing for it, and they keep saying they use Trump rate to ignore the inflation. Yeah, pretty much. But like all of us that are pushing for it, most of us did support Trump or voted for him or liked him in some way, blah blah. And that's most of us that are pushing for it. I don't see a whole lot of liberals or Democrats doing that. I really don't. Not from what I see. There might be some, but I just saying. And then they want to bring pictures of Epstein and Trump together. All of us are like, I don't give a fuck if he is on the list. Lock him up.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
If he's on the fucking list, lock him up. I don't give a shit who's on the list. Like, lock their asses up. I don't give a fuck how much I support them.
Exactly. If he's there, you have pictures with him there. And I'm not talking about hearsay. Once again, everything they go by is hearsay, hearsay, hearsay. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
The guy who signed off, the judge. That's like, and it's just this stuff isn't like just so happen. This stuff doesn't. And then, well, you guys are conspiracy. No, just look at it. It just so happens out of all the judges, he happened to be Epstein's lawyer.
Right.
Come on, people, just give me
a
break.
It's like every time something happens, it's like that game of like 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon, but it's like 6 degrees to the federal government in some sort of fucking way. Or the Clintons or Epstein. It's like always just 6 degrees of separation from them somehow.
Yeah. I just, these people just, I don't get it, man. I don't. They're
yeah, it absolutely has, homie.
Yeah. And it sucks that sucks that people can be presented information in front of their faces and still tell you no.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was funny. Speaking of, I had Alex Jones on here too, to maybe talk about him a little bit, but he had an awesome line in court because the one prosecutor was like, so your claims about the government officials being involved in sex trafficking and blah, blah. And he was like, you mean like the Clintons with Epstein?
Yep.
Like he didn't have shit to say after that.
No, I mean, it's just disgusting, man. It's so disgusting that people are okay with this, and they're like, oh, we're all the people who are against sex trafficking now, and Trump and Trump and
we're like, still here. We're still here. Yeah.
If Trump did any of that shit, yes, do what you gotta do.
Right. Well, and that was the main thing that made me get on board with Trump at first. Was the fact that I think it was like a week after he got in the office, he signed, what is that Project Talon, which allocated the most amount of federal money toward ending human trafficking that's ever been done in history. I was like, okay, I can dig that. I like that.
Oh shit! I'm trying to find I'm still learning how to use this computer, but I'm trying to find the things. I was trying to
do a little advertisement real quick. Welcome to Business Party Podcast. As you can see, we're still learning this new StreamYard, which is pretty awesome, but we can actually bring stuff up. Obviously, like we've been doing clips and articles and stuff. Hell of a lot better, but we're still learning it, still getting a little bit better at it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out this new computer. I've been a Mac guy for like the past 15 years, and all of a sudden now I feel like I'm using my work computer, my work laptop at home. I'm getting emails, and every time my email comes up, I get anxiety. Like I'm getting another email from another boss. Like, did this done? I'm like, oh, just in pool. All right, thanks. But yeah, I was looking through the executive orders that Trump signed. I'm like, and I'm going, people are really against. Oh, Trump didn't do anything for America. And I'm going through these things like,
you sure about that?
Buy American and Hire American executive order from April 18th, 2017. You got executive order modernizing American water resource management and water infrastructure that he did in 2020. Everybody's talking about, how he doesn't care about anybody in the inner cities and nothing like that. Look what happened.
Right.
Look at Flint. He was trying to get that stuff redone. He had nothing. By the way, did you see the advertisement for New York Water with the mayor?
Oh, yeah, where he's like, make sure you get your tap water. Like,
dude, did you notice that you didn't see any water go in there?
Yeah.
You noticed you didn't see any water, right? Yeah. I saw a video of a girl like, oh, New York mayor, you said the water's so good. Hold on. She turned her bath brown. And I'm like, yep. That's New York City water.
Yeah.
That's New York City. And it was just brown. And she takes the cup and she's like, delicious. I guarantee you won't drink it. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. You did not see that dude put any of the water from that faucet into that thing. It was a giant jump cut.
Dude, that's what's crazy to me. That's like that's a weird agenda.
Yeah.
Who commercial for tap water? Exact, like, That's a really weird fucking agenda. Why wouldn't you be telling people to drink filtered water? Like your tap water, everybody knows that tap water is not that great.
Yeah, it's just this. It's look at this hand. I got this hand.
Right.
And that's all
Right.
it is. That's all it is. And it's all of them. It's all
They're putting chemicals in the water. Turn the freaking frogs gay. Frogs gay.
I couldn't believe that was real.
Yeah, I know. Whenever I did start hearing about that, they were turning like to the opposite sex or what? Like it was like,
I was like, all right,
Okay.
Alex, whatever.
yeah.
And then it came out that study was being, and you're like, oh. Speaking of studies, did you see what Ron Paul pulled out? They gave $847,000 to see if quails get strung out on cocaine.
Are you serious?
Yes. And Ron goes, I'll tell you, yeah.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
don't-
it's cocaine.
You don't have
What do
to
you
spend
think?
$847 million. Yes.
Yes. Like,
Like-
wow.
I'm like, what? But that's what they do. But that's why, when people don't read the entire bill and they just go with the Republicans don't care about veterans. It's like, that's not what it is. And then you'll have the people who call everybody a Trump supporter, a cultist, sit there and regurgitate it. Well, see what happened with, did you read the whole thing? Well, no, it's just, did you read the whole thing? Oh, all
Right.
you guys are just worried about one word. Do you understand that one word? Do you understand that that's why there's a semicolon in the Second Amendment?
Right. Yeah.
Do you
Exactly.
understand that punctuation is a giant, like,
Yeah.
it means something.
And in legality and shit like that, it means something.
Yeah.
Just the way you word stuff or the way you punctuate it, it really does mean quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I love children beating meat. If you don't have that comma or anything like that, it means a total. It means a total. I love children and beating meat. If you leave out, the comma or the and, I love children beating. It's words mean
Right.
have
Oh,
a
yeah.
meaning. You can't just go. You can't just go to China. You can't just go to China and say different kinds of syllables and it makes words. No, same thing with English.
Right.
You can't just say water cat baby doll, and you're just like, oh yeah, I'll have Chinese food too. That's
Well,
not what it means.
Right, exactly. Well, like the whole well-regulated militia thing it actually means regulated by us, the citizens, which means that we have it well established and we're well taken care of, trained, arms and all that. It's not regulated by the government. There's not one fucking thing that's ever said that, and it definitely does not fucking say that in the Constitution. It says we are the militia, we the people.
I saw some guy try to debunk that, and I love the military guys that are like, I was in the military, so I know what this means. In the English language, when this was happening, a well-regulated militia governed means the government.
No,
No, it doesn't.
no, it doesn't.
Oh, you don't like the troops then. You don't like me. You don't like me. It's like the Fauci. You don't like me. You're not
Yeah.
for the troops.
Right.
You're not for them.
Right. I am the military. You don't fucking know. Mhm.
I am the military.
Like it's just, and it's the extremes that people go to nowadays is just, and just like the lady we played the other week.
Yeah, exactly. In working order. Yeah.
Just like the lady we played the other week was just like, well, men can't get pregnant. Are you homophobic? Are you transphobic?
Oh,
You're a
yeah.
transphobe. Wait, how did that? Wait, biologically, a man can't. If it's a man, the word trans isn't for it. You don't have to say trans man. You just say man. It's not a trans woman. It's just a
Right.
woman.
Well, and that was the whole thing, is that where she tried to have her gotcha moment when she was like, do you believe men can get pregnant? He's like, no. Well, that's because you didn't say trans male, which is a different thing.
Yeah. And I saw another one where this girl was like, "Can I tell you that feminine products is labeled incorrectly? Not all females have their period, so labeling this feminine product, it's not."
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
Do you like when you sleep? Do you like curse your eyes out? These are not to help me sleep. My eyelids are for blocking the sun. Like, how do you have that much like energy to like
Argue everything.
Yeah, it's like a petulant child.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a petulant child.
Oh yeah.
Like, go clean your room. My room is clean. Your room's not clean. There's dirty. Why is everything in the closet? It's clean. My room's clean.
Because it identifies as clean. Okay. I swear it's.
When we said we identify as an Apache helicopter, we were joking. Okay?
Yeah.
We were joking. Now all of a sudden you're taking it seriously, and I identify as a cat. So I'm gonna pee right here in the corner.
Right.
Teach. Hey, teach.
Oh, they're trying to do that shit in some classes. I saw that not too long ago. There were actually kids that like identified as cats or whatever. They were actually going to put litter boxes in the fucking classroom. Like, you guys are fucking lost your goddamn minds.
And you have all these teachers bragging that they're doing all this stuff in schools. Like, here's the thing. You want government funded education? That's what you're going to get with government funded education, because public schools are government funded.
Yep.
So that's what you're going to get. And if that's what you want, keep funding it.
And that's the reason why Democrats are against school choice. Well, you liberals too, that whole fucking side, is because they don't want you to go to other places and teach your kids other shit, because they want you to be exactly like fucking them.
Yeah. Well, in some cases, yes.
Yeah.
They want you to-
Yeah, you ain't lying with, I forgot how many it was in the past year, 188 teachers or something like that got fucking charged with sex crimes.
Yeah.
But no, they're not coming for our kids at all. No.
Did
Don't
you
worry
see-
about that.
Did you see about the gay men's choir that sang that song that we're coming for your kids?
Uh-huh.
What was it, like 80 of them were on the sex registry?
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. So literally, yeah, they are.
So don't get me wrong. I don't care who you are. Be you. If that makes you happy, if this makes you happy, that's far beyond me. You know, there's things that make me happy that other people, you know, don't like. There's things that make you happy. That's what you, but don't sit there and have your dingle dangle hanging out in front of a 5-year-old and try to be like, well, it's pride. It's pride.
Like,
No.
no, it's fucking weird. That's what it is.
Be you. And trust me, people know when kids are a little funny. Okay.
Yeah. You're right.
I've had cousins that, you know, were a little off. You
Mhm.
know, they dressed a little too nice,
Mhm.
or they helped you out with, you know, this girl really likes this. How do you know that?
Well, and that's the
you
whole
know-
thing too, is that, yeah, you can see it sometimes when they're that young, but then whenever you start like pushing them and teaching them things, that's when it crosses the grooming line. Just let the kid be a kid and figure himself out.
Exactly. And don't be a shitty parent either.
Yeah.
If your kid
exactly.
comes up to you and tells you that this is what they like, don't be a shitty parent. But I to be honest with you, that's I mean, I have moved down south and it's a little different, but for the most part, you know, a lot of people. But dude, there's so many. I've seen more transgenders here than I saw back in Jersey and in New York. I've seen so many more here, and I don't. And it doesn't. And I look and here's the thing, I have to double take. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me for taking 2 looks. Like I'm just trying to process this. Like, I'm just trying to. Do I say ma'am? Do I say sir? Do I? You know, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to be polite. I'm trying to be nice to you.
Like, I'm sorry, but my first thing that I just automatically, it's like, is that a man or a woman? Like, I have to process that first. It's just how my brain works. Sorry, I'm fucking 40 and old school. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, it's just like, just give me a second. I'm trying to be nice to you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to accept you and and be like, okay, just give me a second to let my brain catch up to my eyes. Okay.
Right.
And see what I see.
Well, and
But
like there was a UPH or former UPH member also that actually is a gay dude. It's going to be transitioning.
Transformer.
Transforming more than meets the eye. No, he's going to be transitioning over to female, and I totally support him. He's an awesome dude, but he's a lot like us because he's libertarian. He understands that a lot of that shit, he doesn't really like the alphabet crew because he knows that a lot of them are gatekeepers and actually just talk shit about you if you don't completely go along with the whole fucking thing that they think.
You know who the most homophobic people are? Gay people.
Yeah,
because if you don't think like them, they just want to ostracize you and throw you out and call you all different kinds of names.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Listen, to be honest with you, nobody's more phobic of their own people than other people in that sect.
Right.
Because you don't think my grandmother would have loved it if I married a Puerto Rican? But no, I married 2 white girls and she stopped talking to me.
That's funny.
You know? So, like, I mean, and it's in every single like, no matter what, there's a lot of people, a lot of cultures that are just like, are you sure you want to that way? You know?
Right.
But nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody's like, nah, you know? But it's like, you can love who you want to love. I'm not racist, but my wiener is, okay? It's just like, who cares? Like, everybody makes such a big deal out of nothing. Like,
oh yeah, that's one of the main things. It's just that victim culture shit. That people make big fucking deals out of bullshit, completely blow it the fuck up, and then that's whenever it comes to, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Yeah,
because I'll fucking make sure this guy can't do this, and we'll fucking sick somebody on him, and we'll make a fucking mandate, and
we'll make a man out of you, son. And I heard a story about, you know, some guy pushing like his gay son to like become more masculine, and the guy actually showed the son like straight porn, and I'm like, first of all, if my dad showed me porn, I'm fighting him. I don't care.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, yeah, that's no.
I'm like, if my dad showed me porn, I'd be fighting him. Second, I had to find his. Third, I would have got my ass kicked if he knew that I found it. But like,
anybody you're related to showing you anything like that, I mean, anybody you're related to showing you that is automatically fucking weird.
Yeah,
it's fuck.
I just
see. I blame social media for a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Gave mental illness a large platform. Yes, absolutely. And I also blame social media for relationship problems because it's a single serving culture. That airplane scene in Fight Club. That's all we are. Single serving culture. We're like a fucking like goddamn packet of half and half. That's all you get. One shot. Boom. You're good. Well, I mean, then you might not talk to the motherfucker ever again. And also, the reason why I ruin relationships because everybody has a fucking backup plan now. Everybody. I don't care what you girls and guys. I don't care. Any side can get mad however they want, but it's the fucking truth. Both sides do it.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Disclaimer. I have no backup plan.
Oh yeah,
I love my wife.
To say, well, yeah, you see now you're a happily married dude. Like actually, people that are happy and shit, no, they will get rid of the backup plans. But I think that social media ruined it in the way of giving everyone almost an option because, well, your DMs are open or somebody doesn't really push something off or.
This is gonna be taken way out of context, but you literally have a slave trade on your phone. Okay?
Yeah,
you could just sit there and go, nope, too big. Nope, too small. Nope, the teeth are too big. Nope, like you can pick anything you want, and from
that is fucked up. Oh, womp. It's like womp womp womp.
That lady's got lips like your mother. Dad, mom's lips are
are big. No, I'm not
And-
talking about them lips. I'm talking
Right.
about them meatloaf lips on the bottom, son.
You know them
Nice
roast
and
beef.
brown.
That's say we gotta have you on sometime, Brian. I think you'd fucking fit in on this podcast pretty awesome for an episode, man.
Hey, Brian. Silver dollars.
Silver dollars.
Yeah.
Oh,
That girl's
man.
got roast beef like your mother. Look at that thing.
Like, oh my god, stop it. Jesus Christ, I need to go fucking run around the block and throw up. Fucking shove a pencil in my ear so I never hear any of that ever again.
But yeah, man, you have this thing on your at all times, and you could just pick whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
And it's just
Oh, yeah.
like and it's at your fingertips, and you just go, I'm done with this. And you got those dating sites where
dude, them shits are just that's a
Yeah.
fucking wasteland of fucking just bullshit.
yeah. Oh, this girl's 5 minutes away from me. Oh, I'm in Tallahassee for the night. Hey, you want to get together?
Right. Oh, I know. I had plenty of buddies that would still use Tinder when they would go out of town to places and whatever else. Like, oh, I can just hook up with somebody here and be like, yeah, you can also fucking not do that and not risk, getting herpes and shit. But whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you can risk not getting your kidneys pulled out
Yeah.
when she has 4 of her older brothers come over in the middle of the
Right.
night and just throw you in the bathtub.
Right. Dude,
It's
it's like,
like-
that was one thing I've never went on. Never would. Like, if you're trying to be on Tinder, I'm sorry, you got problems. Like, that's me though. That's what I think.
So, let's just say somebody was getting divorced.
Oh,
and he
hey.
went to a friend's house. And while he was at his friend's house, his friend went, have you downloaded Hinge or Bumble or anything like that? And he went, no, I haven't. And she goes, why don't you download it? And then he went, yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Let me try Hinge. And he downloaded Hinge, and he forgot that his cell phone was connected to the home Apple service. And so when he downloaded Hinge, it popped up on his home screen. And
Oh shit.
And it came up in the topic of conversation with his ex-wife, and she was just like, we haven't even been separated for a month, and we haven't even been separated for 2 weeks, and you downloaded Hinge. And the guy was like, my apologies.
Right. Sorry. Dude, that's something that happens to me like all the time whenever I see people question things and shit. It's like, funny thing about these stupid phones and people is have all the world's information at your fingertips. Y'all still retarded. Dude, anytime I see somebody ask a question, I basically want to look at them and be like, you have that question answered in your fucking hand. Where like when somebody's like, what's your source? The same thing as you, motherfucker, the internet. It's called fucking look it up.
Yeah, we become the dumbest smart people out there.
Yeah.
We really have, for a generation of people who have everything in their fingers. And you don't really need to go to school anymore. Just go to trade school.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, everybody wants to go to college for free. Why? For what?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people should be going more to trade school and shit, especially because a lot of it's starting to die off. As far as like, not die off, but a lot of the availability of people that can do the trades and shit. So that's what's starting to die off, which a lot of them should be getting more into it again, because you make solid ass money in it. You don't have to deal with a whole lot of dumb people because you're working in fucking shops and mainly the same people all the time. And you can also move up from there, do engineering and shit. And like, quit trying to just be in all these fucking, I want to make $15.
Tech.
Well, yeah. Well, tech is good, but if you're going to go into it and do something good with it. Don't just fucking go into it and think that you need to be making $100,000 a year for fucking editing a photo.
Well,
no.
Yeah, that's the thing though, that these kids nowadays and these people just think they're $15 an hour.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
dude,
want $15 an hour to, to flip a burger, and not even like just to take. I was watching a kid make the burgers at Burger King, and it was just literally you just went in, grabbed 3 burgers with a tong, and this motherfucker was like, usually I don't use tongs, but I'm doing a video, so I'm using the tongs. I usually just use my hands, but I'm making this video. So he takes the 3, he puts it on the thing, and then he takes another 3 and puts it on the top of the freezer. He puts the 3 patties frozen on the top of the freezer. Meanwhile, he just said that he was not using his hands because he wanted to making the video. He puts 3 things on the top of the freezer. Then he puts it on the thing, and then he pushes it in. He goes, then you wait like 2 minutes, and bing, it comes out, and you slide it back in the thing. And I'm like, and that's what they want $15 an hour for. And they forget my pickles. And when I asked them for a plain one for my son, they add everything on it. They put double.
Oh, yeah.
And they want $15 an hour?
Like, no. That's why these are called starter jobs. That's why you get into them for a little while, then you fucking decide, this sucks. I'm going to do something better.
Dude, Starship Troopers is looking better and better every day. Every day. And that's another thing. And somebody made a great point. Everybody wants to take the guns away, right? Oh, we don't want to take. Shut up. They do. All right. They want to take the guns away. What happens when the aliens finally come?
All right.
Who's gonna protect us? Who's gonna protect us?
Everybody who buried their guns.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you just, it's stupid. Here's an idea. You don't want an abortion, don't have an abortion. You don't want a gun, don't have a gun. Well, how are we going to stop bad people from doing bad things with guns? You can't.
Right.
You can't help stupidity. You can't.
Well, that's what
help.
I still don't get the whole aspect of them trying to get away with like certain assault weapons, especially AR-15 and whatnot. But yet all these fucking agencies, like Jackie was saying earlier, they can have them. Why the fuck can't we? Okay, look, I can understand. Maybe we shouldn't have certain, which I don't agree with that we shouldn't have them, but I'm just saying some people's mental aspect
you said that
will be
last
like, we'll be like, we shouldn't have fucking machine guns, blah, blah. I think we should, but I can understand why some people, it laughs in 3D printer. I think we should be able to have any amount of force equal to the force that's coming at us, besides nuclear fucking bombs, which I don't think any country should have fucking nuclear bombs, period. Hell yeah.
But I mean, the same people who scream defund the police are the same people who saying that people shouldn't own guns.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
So then who? But here's the thing that they're so self-centered because they live in a densely populated area that they think that they're the entire center of the universe. They don't think that Johnny Appleseed in the middle of Wyoming, who the cops are 20 minutes to a half hour away, and he's got wild boars running at him. If he calls the cops, what's going to happen?
Right.
The wild boar is going to get him by that time. Like, people don't realize. Trish was telling me that people that she talked to out in Georgia didn't realize that the Midwest had trees.
What?
They thought the Midwest was just a desert.
Wow.
People in the coast just think, they think literally flyover state just means you fly over. And I'm like,
wow.
I was like, yeah, no, I knew the middle of the country was, that's what they talked about. For me, that's what they talked about, is that the center of the country is all this farmland and all this stuff. Flyover.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna hit desert and shit, you got to be going fucking way west. Like that's like,
yeah. And the only reason California has water is because they bus it, they ship it in for the most part.
Right.
They'd be a desert too. They'd be a desert too, except for the whatchamacallit in Nevada.
Oh,
the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the Hoover Dam, California would be a dry desert.
Which I still don't understand how they don't have enough water there. I just don't. I'm sorry. You could do a whole hell of a lot more and be able to get it there.
They steal it, yeah. I just it's something. I don't know, man. Everybody's just selfish. Everybody who thinks that they're not selfish, it truly is selfish within 3 sentences. 3 sentences.
Oh yeah, well, but I get called selfish for thinking that we should never pay taxes as far as like federal taxes, but then I'm all about state. So I mean, I can see, but I see what you're saying though too. It's I think more of the selfishness is more on the you need to do what we say you have to fucking do. Like for me, people can say that I would be selfish or we would be considered selfish for not wanting to pay the federal government, but they don't have anything to do with our fucking states. We can fix all our own shit on our own. And plus, guess what? It'd be even less selfish if we didn't have to pay taxes. Guess what? You're going to have more money.
Here's what they forget. We have control of the state government.
Mm-hmm.
We have more control over the state government than we do of the federal government. So if we don't like these people, we can vote them out real quick.
Right.
Federally, just like our boy Hank Johnson.
Yeah.
The Guam's going to tip over 99.9 to nothing. Okay.
Oh, that fucking retard. When I heard that, I was like, oh my God.
99.9% to nothing he won. Okay. You think that's going to happen in your town? No. You get somebody who says that in your town, you're going, you voting for this asshole? I'm not voting for that asshole. I'm not voting for that asshole. You have more power in your own state, but people don't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
People just don't. The same people are saying, well, I don't understand. Montana has less people than California. Yeah, Montana has 2 senators and California has 2 senators. And I'm just like, oh God. That's why they have like 14 congressmen and Montana has 2.
Right. That's part of that the zoning and gerrymandering shit to try to get more representatives and
yeah. And then when you go, well, they both do it. Oh yeah, well guys, we're on the same page. We're on the same page. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
I don't know. Bring back state banks backed by gold. Yeah.
Oh, I wish, dude.
Yeah.
I wish our wish all the state banks actually would hold their own, because then we'd have our own reserves and it'd fucking make everybody's money worth way more.
Yeah.
And for some of the people that may hear this later and be like, there's not enough gold around to do. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Yeah.
There's enough gold. We haven't fucking looked for any more. There's enough gold. Don't give me that horse shit. Also, we don't even have to totally use gold. We can also back it with titanium, silver, other precious metals. We don't have to just back it with gold. We can use other shit too to also back it up.
My most precious metal is lead. So if anybody has any extra that they want to give me, I would be very happy.
Right?
Give me as much lead as you don't want, and we're good.
Right? Give me all that lead, and I'm gonna melt it into bullets. I'll tell you that right now.
Because that's where the money is.
Exactly.
Listen, if you're smart, and I'm apparently I'm not smart because I don't have anything to reload, but I just came into some money. Just got the text. I just got the text from the thing. Just got some money. Going to pay some stuff off and get me a new toy.
Hell yeah.
Because you know why? Fuck them. They're not taking any more of my money. I'll take my money and use it while I can now. And if I don't get a lot later on, they took it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, well, at least I got to spend it.
Right. Exactly.
Bullshit. Oh, your retirement. There's not going to be. If we keep going the way we're going, we're not going to be in retirement. There's not going to be no retirement.
For me and you, there isn't. No. If we're not saving our own money, there's no Social Security for us. There's no Social Security for us.
And once again, my question to these people are, what has the government done for you? What have they done that is so good? There's still potholes, right? There's still garbage all over the place. I had this conversation with somebody from New York. New York is gross.
Mm-hmm.
There's rats the size of little dogs in New York.
Mm-hmm.
and
Which
the
is fucked up.
and the garbage is piled as tall as Shaquille O'Neal and as wide as 5 of him. Yet New York is one of the most taxed states and the most expensive states to live in. That in California. And California has a map of fecal matter. Instead of fixing it, they have a map of it.
Oh, it just goes to, all their fucking pockets and probably paying off lawyers. And
so I present to you the people again. What has the federal government done for you?
that's what I just wish one time whenever I ask one of them, the Democrats or whatever, to be like, where's it going? Our taxes, where's it going? Can you actually show me proof?
They're going into these funding programs. We're funding these programs.
I want to actually see the proof. The only proof that you have is that damn near 100 billion is went to Ukraine.
Yeah.
And that we're 30 trillion in fucking debt. That's the only proof you have of anything.
I'm still waiting for someone to answer me where Bill de Blasio's wife, where she misplaced $1.8 billion that was meant for mental health.
Oh,
where did that money go?
Dude, how much was it right before 9/11? Brian, you might know.
$2 billion.
Was it $2 billion? Okay. Yeah, because that was Building 7 was the one that held that. That shit just supposedly went missing. Then the next day, fucking, oh, now we have no idea because the towers are fucking down now.
Pretty sure it was either 2 billion or 92 billion, something like that. I know it's a big fuck. It's a big jump. It's either millions or 2.3 trillion.
No,
wow.
I think it was trillions. That's right. Yeah, I thought it was somewhere around there. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. It was like because that was we were auditing also before that. I think that they were because like that was the same thing that happened with Trump before COVID and shit happened.
Yeah.
He was auditing the government to actually see what was happening. Then COVID hit. Yeah. We were trying to audit to see why 2.3 trillion wasn't allocated for. 9/11 happens. Then all of a sudden we have the biggest surveillance state we've ever fucking had because of the Patriot Act.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know, man. We could just listen. This is like therapy to me.
I know that's why I love. Yeah,
I'm glad we do this. I don't gotta pay somebody to sit on the couch and go, "How do you feel?"
Well, that's like I like now that I'm kind of back on Twitter. Like I'll say stuff on there, but you know me with like TikTok, I mainly just make content to stir people up and just fun shit and whatever else. But that's what I tell people. I'm like, if you, like if you want to hear my opinions and stuff, come listen to the podcast. But I'll put some stuff out on Twitter because that's all it is just typing and shit like that. But it's like whenever it comes to my opinions or when I want to get shit out, that's what this is for.
Well, that's the thing that you can't, and I think that's why TikTok is so popular. Is like when you put something in writing, you don't get the context of it. And that's why when I talk to people, a lot of times I like to be like live. I don't like to like type something in the comments section or anything like that because you don't get the full thing of it. Well, like you can you can say, I want you. I either in writing you could say, I hope you hit a wall, or it's shut up. I hope you hit a wall.
Right?
It's
no, that's true.
Totally different things.
Well, that's another thing though too. Why I kind of don't do too many opinions on TikTok. Like I give 1776 all the credit with him constantly going over the Constitution and Bill of Rights, which I want to have him on again very soon. I've been talking to him again, but I love that. But the bad thing is with some of that, it depends on how far you want to go. Because if I state an opinion or something, or somebody makes a video on what I said or whatever else, then it becomes. You know what I'm saying? Like multi-layered, and then I have to spend hours on that, which I just want to do on here. That's why I want to bring people on here that we disagree with. I want to see how fucking heated that'll get.
Me like, too. I was trying.
Well, that's. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, that dude. I would have loved to have had that dude on. But there was one guy in 1776 comments like, you guys don't know anything about the Constitution. I have it. I read it. And he like put something about, "Oh, okay, bet, let's debate." And I was like, and I actually commented to him saying, "Come on my podcast with 1776 and we'll lay you to waste." Then there was another fucking post where like 17 answered one of his comments, and then I tagged him in there, and I was like, "Invitation's still open, homie. If you want to come on here and debate us about the Constitution and the rights and all that, come on. We got no problem with it."
Yeah. Okay. Before we bid adieu, I wanted to give the people a little context. Oh, Caleb, welcome back.
What up?
Went
to Din Din. You always need that Din Din, dog.
Yeah. Before we signed off, I wanted to give the people a little bit of preview of the gentleman we are going to have on. On Friday.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, hell yeah.
Because a lot of people might not know him.
Yeah, I love this dude's content. He's fucking super smart. Yeah, like I said earlier too, he really digs into everything that he talks about. He does go deep.
And that kid in the background, that was the kid I was talking to, and I asked him, has he ever shot an AR-15? And he said no. And then he went on to say, I just was asking him gotcha questions. That's the kid. So I got this is Blackbeard. I don't know if he wants me to say his name. Mark. I've been chatting with him. He's a really good dude. So this is a little bit of sample of his content. Once again, you can see his name, Black_the_beard, and he will be on this Friday. And I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
Gas prices in the United States have gone down for 24 days.
Oh, shit.
The fact that Republicans think that Joe Biden controls gas prices, I'm still yet to see any of them praise him for dropping prices for 24 days in a row.
One of the many reasons fuel prices have dropped is because demand is down roughly 4.5% within the last week. Economists and analysts are saying fuel prices are dropping due to an upcoming economic recession. With high inflation, the high cost of food and products, people tend to travel less so they can afford to put food on the table. Less traveling means a decrease in demand for fuel, which therefore drives the price down. So no, Harry, nobody's going to praise Joe Biden for having one of the worst, if not the worst, economy in American history, especially when the majority of American people have to choose between putting an extra $20 in their tank to be able to get to work to afford to live, or use that extra $20 to feed their family. Either way, Biden's actions, direct or indirect, control fuel prices, and in this case, for the worst. You should change your name from typical Democrat to typical dumbass.
Gas price.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. That's gonna
see, and I'm glad that he explained it in that fashion, because that's exactly how it is. And you know what? Do you know what their counterpoint is? Well, that's good, because now you're taking unnecessary trips, because that's better for the environment. That we can eventually start. How about you're just infringing on our way of life? And it does have everything to do with him.
How about the people who are complaining the most about this are the people who are using the most flights around, i.e. Bob Dole or whatever, or John Kerry, whoever.
John Kerry, yeah. John Kerry going around. You got what? Leonardo DiCaprio telling everybody that they got to use less emissions, yet he's got 3 jets. You got Taylor Swift, who, when they came out with their the topmost people who complained about gas and all that stuff, it's Taylor Swift. I mean, right. Well, that's the whole thing too. That's the thing too, is it makes civics class mandatory again, or even like economics. Now, the whole thing is how much is that curriculum going to be actually accurate and not based in a socialist aspect? Which, I mean, it shouldn't be, but you know what I'm saying? They keep trying to teach everything in like public schools and college toward the aspects of actual lies that don't fucking work.
Well, you see,
that's the bad thing. Like, it
math
should
question.
be made mandatory, but yeah.
Well, here's the math question that they'll be asking and whatnot. They'll say, well, Marcus got beat 14 times by the police, while Jackson got beat twice by the police. How many more times did Jackson get beat by the police, or Marcus get beat by the police? And you're like, wait a minute, what? Can't you just do 14 minus 2?
Right. No, yeah. Fuck public school. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, no, like I want like shit like that to be mandatory, and especially like actual government to where like they will teach you, that the government used black people in the Tuskegee Project experiments to give them syphilis. I wish our public schools would actually teach reality when it comes to our government and actual economics to where, policies are what sets OPEC's price. People want to be like, blame OPEC. No, it's the policies that are in place, and the shit that's happening is why OPEC is setting their price.
Yeah.
We can try to tell them to go down as much as they want, but they're a fucking company. Like,
I like how they always say, "Oh, Twitter's a private company; they can do what they want." So the gas prices. So the gas companies.
Prices. Yeah.
Gas companies are a private corporation. They can do whatever they want. Why do you want the regulatory commission with that? But when it comes to Twitter, you're like, well, you once again, like I said, in 3 sentences, you could tell how full of shit they really are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is.
Right.
All right, folks.
Yep. I
We
think
will
it's
be
time
back
to wrap it up.
on Friday. You get a double dose of us this week. And if we keep getting people to subscribe, maybe you get a triple dose. Who knows? If you want this 3 times a week, then subscribe. I bet you 20 people leave.
Right? You want this 3 times a week?
You want this?
Nope. Sorry. Click unsubscribe. Unsubscribe.
Sorry, no, I don't until now.
Once again, you can find me on TikTok at Midwest Troublemaker. Actually, if you search Midwest Troublemaker, you find me. I've changed it back to King Davey because everybody knows me as that on TikTok. But you can still, if you look it up, it's Midwest Troublemaker is the username. But yeah, so, and because every time I went into a live, people were like, "Who is Midwest Trouble? Is that Dave?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's me. Hi guys." It's the same picture stuff. But yeah, it's still if you search Midwest Troublemaker and then MW Troublemaker on Twitter. And Instagram is Midwest Troublemaker. And Twitch is Midwest Troublemaker on there also. Yeah. That's it for me.
And then me, Business Party Podcast on TikTok, Biz Party Podcast on Twitter, since they like to limit the amount of fucking letters you can put in your goddamn name. And yeah, that's about it for now. Keep following us on here, and Twitch is Business Party. And
Rumble.
we will see you guys. Yeah, Rumble Business Party. Yeah, Rumble on Business Party also. Yes, like that. I want to see if we can stream live too eventually. I think there's a way that I can hook it up to that, but until now, subscribe there, and I'll end up putting the episodes up there, and also Spotify. I've been putting the audio there, so I'll be taking this audio, putting it there. But we are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts also.
All right, folks. We'll see you Friday. Be there or be a triangle.
Triangle, square, circle, hexagon. All right, later.
Later.